if you look at the recent situation in the country around AfriForum and what happened with the whole situation, and a lot of responses were geared around, sharing the real information, especially about what happened around apartheid and where we come from and where we're going. A lot of the young people, especially the post 2000 young people, were not as conscious. They know about it, but they were not as conscious as some of the generations that are older than them are about, the atrocities of apartheid. So they are more clued up, they are more, exposed to where we come from as a people, and how, next time somebody comes and says things were better during apartheid, they have a clearer view of what apartheid was really like, just based on that information sharing that happened at that time. So they're more clued up and they're more informed about what the past looks like. And it gives them a different perspective about why. A lot of parties are advocating for a certain type of future that it looks nothing like what the past used to look like, right? So I think if there's one thing I'd like to encourage to everyone, and I mean, there's a lot of platforms. You get a lot of channels on TikTok, on YouTube. You get a lot of pages on X, although personal content tends to do better on that platform, or content shared by um, what people perceive as a human being rather than a brand tends to do better on that platform. But I think, across these platforms, if we just start creating information sources, even if it's just, I mean, it doesn't have to be serious, like lifestyle magazines. You can go into Canva and create a lifestyle magazine a digital lifestyle magazine that you can share on social media, that is a more accurate representation of how people in your age group and your demographic live and what they're interested in. I think that would, putting out positive images of what life is really like. I think, with for example, platforms like Instagram, they tend to blur, reality a little bit, and a lot of uncomfortable or destructive trends, tend to emerge out of that, because now 20-year-olds um, uh, have a view that by 22 they should be driving a BMW, living in an apartment in Santon, and buying named brands without having, without realizing that a lot of that is inauthentic, and some of them is financed via, lifestyles that build up trauma over time.